The general experience in setting up the escape room was quite interesting and quite cheerful, I can say. It was quite a mystery to understand exactly how we should set up a room which is not meant to be an escape room, although we finally made it and all scenarios were implemented in a very good way, and all participants were really excited in participating in those activities. So my experience from that is quite positive, and I would definitely repeat it. I can say that all guidelines produced by the project partners were quite good. So it was a really step-to-step procedure, and everything was quite easy to understand. And there weren't any troubles in setting up the room, except the fact, of course, that as I said before, it was a room that it wasn't meant to be an escape room. But despite all of this, we managed to create a mystery environment which was really exciting. The only difficulty that we faced during the setting up of the room was in the case of Quebeco scenario, the first one of the series of those three that we tested. The initial idea was to use balloons of darker color and put inside them clues with the form of pieces of paper. Although this clue was included in the last steps of the scenario, right before solving the mystery, participants were able to see those clues right after entering the room. This caused some difficulties, although with the guidance and the help of the trainer, it was solved on time, and participants followed all the other steps and finally solved the mystery after about 40 minutes, if I remember well.
The materials that we need to set up the rooms, we found some difficulties on finding the six-digit padlock. We couldn't find them on the marketplace or small stores. We had the option to buy it online, but however, the duration and the date of testing the room was too close, so it requires a couple of times. So instead of that, we used two three-digit padlocks, and we proper in such way so the the participants had the correct code at the end, and they could solve the scenarios.
Setting up a room of an escape room, it's definitely a really exciting process and really interesting process. I liked the whole experience and whole duration of this activity, although it was one specific moment that I enjoyed the most. It was during the preparation of the room for Alaya case. We used UV lamp in order to hide clues and which participants were able to see only in the dark using this UV lamp. So for me, it was one of the most exciting moments during the preparation and the setup of the room.
Regarding the changes, what we experienced as trainers was just to have the room, to evaluate the room, and then start to place all the materials and the hints in the proper places. This helped us, the guide, the instruction guide helped us very much to follow the steps, so we couldn't miss anything. So the only thing that we could change is to provide in the Quebeco scenarios, the trainers could provide more hints and more guides to the participants. And of course, at the beginning, before the participant enters the room, is to give them a very clear instruction to not use any other materials in the room, just the one that they have from the hints and the clues. The participants mainly respond to the clues and gameplay as planned. However, there was the case, as we mentioned before, of the second, the Elias scenario, where the participant started to use materials inside the room, and also in Quebeco scenarios, when they found the balloon and they saw that there is something inside, they just took a pen from the room to explode. So this wasn't on the plan. So it would be very important at the beginning, before entering the room, to provide them very clear instruction on not to use all the materials found in the room.
As about the difficulties that we faced during the testing of the scenarios, it was during the testing of the third one, the case of Speakable. One of the steps in solving the mystery in this scenario was to fill in a crossword. Looking to the crossword in English, it seemed to be more easy and understandable. Although when we translated it into Greek, the words became really big, which made it difficult for participants to solve it. So finally, this case wasn't solved. Participants were locked internally into the room. Uh, yeah, the trainer during this time was providing them with guidelines and some clues in order to help them solve the crossword, although it didn't happen, and yeah, participants will fail to get out.
Our general advice for the trainers who would like to set up the rooms and start the scenarios is to follow very strictly the guidebook provided by the ERSE project, because this guidebook will help you to follow step by step and at the end implement a very successful scenario. We have totally 12 scenarios and they are very interesting. So enjoy.